Hello, everybody, and welcome to Mulligan's Island on another Monday night. It's great to be back from Rocky Point after a wonderful trip up there. Just got back to my backyard bar a little while ago. Got everything set up and ready to sing for you tonight. Hey, while we're logging on here, just want to let you know, some of you guys in Arizona I'll be seeing very soon, up in Tucson, June 22nd, Pine Top, June 25th, Colorado, Washington, Oregon, and Idaho, even some Texas dates, and Reno, Nevada, all coming up soon. So, you guys know the routine. Grab something fun to drink. I've got my beverage right here. I hope you've got yours in your hand. Also, thank you, as always, for sharing the show on your page, like my son Luis is about to do right now. See, he's going to take my phone, and he's going to share this, and millions of people will be joining us. So, thanks for doing that. That really, really helps the show. We need to actually count them today, but I think we're at about 98, 99 shows now, and appreciate you being a part of it. We always start off the show with Rudy B's theme song, featuring pictures of you guys. Rudy is just tomorrow coming back from a 5-week-long vacation, so we'll have new versions of the song again, but we'll put out an old classic one of his. Who knows, you might even be in this one. And when we come back, we got some fun stuff tonight because I've got my songs, plus we got some videos, including one of my favorite taco stands, other than Lupitas, and a trip up the coast, up the coastal highway here in Sonora. So, let's kick things off with Rudy B's theme song from Mulligan Island. While everyone's getting logged on, let's have fun.
Let's make our way down to Mexico, where we can meet the friends we know. White sand, warm sun, and H2O. It's time for us to get back to laid back. Try a different beer from our favorite six-pack. This crazy world says, come on, let's go. It's time for the music man, a coastal kid with guitar in hand. Even bad days are good here on the island, giving us a place where we can talk to each other fan to fan. Uncharted courses crossing our paths. It's our kind of people and our kind of place. Down in the tropics, it's a Mexican hideaway. The life in this old beach town turns a frown upside down. We all be smiling here on Mulligan's Island. It's the right place and the right time to be south of the border again. This is the day we get to listen in. We don't sing no blues anymore. We kick off our shoes at our front door, full of wide-eyed wonder as the waves roll in. It's time for the music man, a coastal kid with guitar in hand. Even bad days are good here on the island, giving us a place where we can talk to each other fan to fan. Uncharted courses crossing our paths. It's our kind of people and our kind of place. Down in the tropics, a Mexican hideaway. Life in this old beach town turns a frown upside down. We all be smiling here on Mulligan's Island. y'all be smiling here on Mulligan's Island.
Welcome back, everybody. It's great to have you with us on Monday night. We're going to kick off tonight's show with a song written by our buddy who has a brand new album out. His name is Tom Shepard, and this is a song that describes a whole bunch of you. He walked right in the kitchen, took her hand and said, I gotta talk to you. There's something I've been thinking about, couple questions I need some answers to. Do we own this house, baby, or does this house own us? And those Harleys in the driveway, they're just collecting dust. One's got a flat. What's up with that? Had to buy some big lawn tractor for that yard we had to have. Now the only time we're out there is when we're cutting all that grass. How cool's a pool we never get to use? But what if we simplified, traded in our super size for something smaller? Spent more time on us and less time on chasing a dollar. Took back our lives. What if you and I simplified? Yeah, we work so many hours to keep everything we have. We could let some of it go and buy our freedom back. Am I insane? Girl, are you game? Now I can't even tell you how to do that. We could let some of it go and buy our freedom back. Girl, are you game? Am I insane? Why don't we simplify? Trade it in our super size for something smaller. Spent more time on us and less time on chasing a dollar. Took back our lives. What if you and I simplify? Took back our lives. What if you and I simplify? She looked at him real funny. Then she smiled. She said, I'll call up the realtor. You go air up that tire. That sounds like a good idea to me, folks. Simplify, written by Tom Shepard and Leslie Satcher. Tom has a great new album out. I listened to it all the way up the coast and back as I went up to Rocky Point. New album coming out called The Pelican. Strongly recommend it. Really, really my favorite stuff Tom has done yet with Coley. Great job by both of them. Hey, before leaving on my trip, I played a neat event out in San Carlos last Thursday. I'd like to take you over to a really cool venue. Man, I can't complain about my stage. Check this out. If you guys ever hear me complaining about my job, this is the view from my stage tonight in San Carlos, and this is my hostess here. Hi, Patty.
Hey, Mark.
Patty Long. We are up here in Caracol. Boy, your home is beautiful.
Thank you.
How long have you lived here?
1 year. We've been renovating the whole year.
Yeah, awesome. You guys must just absolutely love this.
Thank you. We sure do. How could you not love the view, right?
Where are you guys from?
I'm from Toledo, Ohio, and Steve's from Mayfield, Kentucky.
Big change.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, welcome. And I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. Thank you for letting me crash this party tonight. It's going to be a good one.
Thank you for coming, Mark.
Just
love you.
Thank you. Cannot beat these views. I might just hang out here and let you guys sing, and I'm going to just enjoy the views all
There
night.
you go. And the breeze. And
That's right. Thank you, Patty and Steve, for hosting me. That was such a fun event. Any of my San Carlos friends, I love coming out and doing that kind of stuff. Hey, we got to get you guys down here. Let's get you in the mood to come visit us in that beautiful spot you just saw here in San Carlos. Coming south of the border again. I got that green light at 21K. Now I'm south of the border again. I'll be eating Dorado at the end of the day. South of the border again. South of the border again. And it feels so good, my friends. Tacos, burritos, muchachas, amigos, and sails out on the wind. South of the border again. A beautiful chica greets me with a beso. South of the border again. I traded my dollars for a pocket full of pesos. South of the border again. So crack a cerveza, slice up a lime, pour a little salt on the rim. I tossed my watch, now I'm taking my time. South of the border again. South of the border again. And it feels so good, my friends. Tacos, burritos, muchachas, amigos, and sails out on the wind. South of the border again. Oh, oh, I'll take the sea and the sun. Oh, oh, heading south's more fun. Oh, oh, I still can't explain it, how 1 foot across that line puts me in a mañana state of mind. Now I'm playing guitar in some waterfront bar where the waves come rolling in. A voice in the crowd says, "Welcome back, Mark." South of the border again. South of the border again. And it feels so good, my friends. Tacos, burritos, muchachas, amigos, and sails out on the wind. South of the border again. It's been so long, now I'm in this song. 'Cause I'm south of the border. I'm south of the border. South of the border again. That, my friends, is a good spot to be on a beautiful day like today. Blue skies, nice weather. Hey, all that talk about tacos and burritos and that last song got me thinking we need to head around the bend to San Carlos and go to a legendary spot in this town. If I just say the words, "Who cares? Nobody," my San Carlos friends know where I'm talking about. Let's go out to JJ's. When you see that sign in San Carlos and follow that arrow, you know you're about to eat some good tacos. Welcome to JJs Tacos. Burritos, muchachas, amigos, and sails out on the wind. South of the border again. Here he is, the man responsible for the most famous slogan in San Carlos. What is it?
Who cares? Nobody.
It's JJ, everybody, from JJ's Tacos. Now I'm south of the border again. I'll be eating Dorado at the end of the day. South of the border. How many years have you been making tacos in San Carlos? 20 years. Wow. Where are you from originally? Acapulco. And what brought you to San Carlos? Long story. We won't go there. This is Estrella. She's in the kitchen and she's making my lunch and it's going to be good. Hola, Estrella.
Hola.
A beautiful chica greets me with a beso. South of the border again. Well, here is the next generation at JJ's Tacos. This is JJ's son, Byron. Hi, Byron.
Hi, hello.
Byron, what we all want to know is what's it like working with this famous man right here, JJ?
This is my 24/7.
Now, can we get you to say the slogan one time?
Who cares? Nobody.
There we go.
South of the border again, and it feels so good, my friend. Tacos, burritos, muchachos.
This looks good. Byron, what have you got for me?
Okay, we have the coconut shrimp and JJ's shrimp special.
Ooh, that looks good. Coconut shrimp taco and the JJ shrimp special. What is that?
Okay, that's it's a taco. Tortilla, grilled green chile, cheese, and a grilled shrimp on top.
You're working up my appetite. Can't wait to try it.
One foot across that line.
This looks good.
Mañana state of mind.
It is delicious. Great job on this. On to the coconut shrimp taco. Great flavor. You guys are gonna love
Now
this.
I'm playing guitar in some waterfront bar where the waves come rolling in. A voice in the
Now, JJ's is famous for its tacos. Shrimp tacos, fish, chicken, beef, pork. But you know, they're more than just tacos around here. Byron, what else do people enjoy eating here at JJ's Tacos?
You know, we have Doritos. Doritos is a yellow chile stuffed with cheese or shrimp, wrapped in bacon and deep fried.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah, they are. They
All
are.
right. What else?
And we have the crazy potato. The crazy potato is a baked potato. We put butter, cheese, cream, corn, and your selection can be beef, pork, fish, chicken, or shrimp. Both are local.
I like it. And that down here, of course, is called a Papa Loca.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Well, yeah, folks, really recommend you come in here and give this stuff a shot. They got some great food, great prices too, and you'll have a really good time.
Yeah. Who cares? Nobody.
JJ's is located on the main boulevard of San Carlos, just before you get to the marina. Just look for the sign. Everybody repeat after me. Who cares? Nobody. All right, well, JJ, you got me in the mood for some tacos. We're going to head on down to JJ's competition right now. Over to Lupitas Taco Stand. Everyone says I'm so lucky. I got the best wife in the world. But I can't lie. There's been this girl. Every time we get together, I lose all self-control. She satisfies my needs like no one else I know. We meet down on the south side in a drugstore parking lot. She always keeps it spicy, 'cause she knows I like it hot. She enables my addiction. It's sinful, I confess, how I give into temptation, but I can't resist. Lupita's Taco Stand. Best food this side of Rio Grande. When she asks you, ¿quieres otro? Just smile and say, sí. The best $6 a guy could ever spend is at Lupita's Taco Stand. Now if you're into real fine dining, or hanging out with snobs, or waiters in tuxedos, nah, this ain't your kind of spot. It's just plastic chairs and tables, golden cups and paper plates. But the food Lupita serves you will leave a big smile on your face. There's no list of healthy options, no low fat or gluten free. Good luck keeping count if you're counting calories. It's a flavorful fiesta of chicken, pork, or beef, with a heap inside of Spanish rice and a smackery fried beans. And Lupitas Taco Stand. It's heaven in a fresh tortilla made by hand. The salsa's hot and spicy. Your taste buds say ole. Guaranteed your waistline will expand. Down at Lupitas Taco Stand. All right, here's the sad part, everybody. Now my wife's home making meatloaf. I ought to be ashamed as I'm slapping on the salsa and the guacamole. Now most folks wouldn't set foot here or ever hit this side of town. The buildings, they seen better days. The neighborhood's run down. But if you feel a bit adventurous, you'll be glad you took the chance. Believe me, I guarantee you'll come back again to Lupitas Taco Stand. Just one bite and you're bound to comprehend. You'll be shouting hallelujah and viva Mexico. You're gonna stuff your face there every chance you can. Down at Lupitas Taco Stand. Down at Lupitas Taco Stand. Sorry, JJ. Down at Lupitas Taco Stand. Oh, that made me hungry. How about you guys? Hope everyone's having fun. Thank you for joining us. I just got back from a road trip. I went up to Rocky Point, where at Margarita Mermaids tonight, there are some friends gathered watching this show. They're on the Bar TV. Hi, Chrissy and the whole crew at Margarita Mermaids and folks that are watching it too. Sip a margarita and enjoy it for me. Also down the street from Margarita Mermaids, also in Rocky Point, are my friends Charlie and Claudia and Sherry and Bart and some other friends, Bud and Kathy, that have gathered for a little watch party up at Charlie's Third World Cantina. They tried to do this last week, but the electricity went out and they had to move to a neighbor's house. But they're back in the Third World Cantina, and I want to say hi to all my Rocky Point friends, and thanks for making this last weekend up there just another amazing one. Well, took the coastal road going up there. That's kind of the bypass, well, the back road. It's full of potholes. It's kind of a dicey road, but let's just show you a little bit of it. We'll make a little stop here in one town I like to visit every time I head up that way, Puerto Libertad. Traveling up Sonora's coastal highway today on my way to Rocky Point for a show this weekend. I would like to stop in the little town of Puerto Libertad. That's where I am right now. Not a lot of gringos come through this place. It's really off the beaten path. But I'll tell you what, I like to just pull off the road here, get a cheap motel room, walk down to the beach, listen to that sound. Salud from Puerto Libertad, Sonora, Mexico. Always good to get up there and be the lone gringo in Puerto Libertad. Well, hey, if we're going to hit that coastal highway together, I got to get you in the mood for going coastal. Drinking cold beer in the hot summer sun. Working too hard, got to have a little fun. Now I'm sitting in the sand, kicking off my shoes. Think I found the answer to the first world blues. The water's so blue and the beach is so white. Pretty little girl sitting by my side. Lovely long hair and a body so tan. Darling, I ain't never going back again. Some folks just lose their heads. Some go insane and some go postal. Call it what you want to, but me, I'm going coastal. Back at home, the boss is calling on the phone, but the answering machine says nobody home. But he don't know I'm working overtime on a bottle of tequila and some tropical wine. You hear it all around you now. Sounds like the whole world's going postal. You can say I've lost a girl, but me, I'm going coastal. Got that reggae fever in my soul, putting my brain on cruise control. So rub a little lotion, baby, on my skin. Tell me that the party ain't never gonna end. You hear it all around you now. Sounds like this whole world's going postal. You can say I've lost my mind, but me, I'm going coastal. Let them all go crazy now, but me, I'm going coastal. Going coastal. Well, speaking of coastal, let's get back on that coastal road up through Sonora's coastline. Check it out with me right now. Well, no doubt the Sonoran Coastal Highway back road is a desolate one, and I do have to dodge my share of potholes. But you know what? The scenery is really worth it, especially when you get between Puerto Libertad and Puerto Lobos. I just love how that Sonoran desert meets the Sea of Cortez. Time to get back on the road. Well, speaking of back roads, watching that in Rocky Point tonight from Charlie's Third World Cantina, Charlie's better half, Claudia. Hi, Claudia. Thanks for taking such good care of me every time I go to Rocky Point. And Claudia, boy, you like an album of mine that goes way back in the archives to my very first home project cassette. I don't even really include it as one of my albums. But there was a song on there that you really like, and I thought, shoot, if I'm going to be hitting that back road, I got to do this one for you because it's one of your favorites. I haven't played this song in ages. Pura cámaras, no? 10 miles out of town. It's been a while, but here I am. Walking down that dirt road once again. Do you remember those summer nights in '82? 17 and not a clue. But we can't say we didn't try to find the answers out in the middle of nowhere. This was somewhere to me. where we satisfied our sense of curiosity. No speed limit signs to slow us down. They came searching, but we were never to be found. Lost out in this place we once called paradise. And I tried to get you home before the sunrise, where the sound of two hearts beating filled the night, dancing to the wind under the moonlight. Oh, I remember where I taught you how to drive, and you taught me how to love. We could never learn enough out on the back roads. Must sound crazy. What am I doing here tonight? What did I think I was gonna find? Is it like I should feel you or hear your voice inside my mind? Those footprints washed away with time long ago, but 1,000 untold secrets still remain. Out in the middle of nowhere, this was somewhere to me. It's where we satisfied our sense of curiosity. No speed limit signs to slow us down. They came searching, but we were never to be found. Lost out in this place we once called paradise, when I tried to get you home before the sunrise. It's where the sound of two hearts beating filled the night, dancing to the wind under the moonlight. Oh, I remember where I taught you how to drive, then you taught me how to love. We could never learn enough out on the back road. No speed limit signs to slow us down. They came searching, but we were never to be found. We were lost out in this place we once called paradise, where I taught you how to drive, and you taught me how to love. We could never learn enough. No, we could never out on the back road, out on the back roads. Just you and me and nothing in between us. Out on the back road. Going out for Claudia in Rocky Point. Claudia, thank you for being such a dear friend. Charlie and the whole gang there watching there, not only there, but also over at Margarita Mermaids. Thank you, Rocky Point. You guys have always been a big deal to me. And it's been nice to get home to San Carlos. I got home a little bit later than planned, and you're about to find out why.
A couple of years ago, I got from my friend Chuck Butler in San Diego one of my favorite tips ever at a show. It was a tire jack. Well, Chuck, I'm sure glad you gave me that jack. Because remember those potholes I told you about on this highway? Well, we got a casualty. But Chuck, thanks to your tip, I'm back on the road. And luckily this happened while it was still light out. Continuing down the coastal highway. Gotta dodge those potholes.
Well, sometimes plans get a little messed up, don't they? So I'll send this one out to my friend Chuck in San Diego. Chuck and Sue. My first moment as a member of the human race. They spanked my butt and told me welcome to this place. I kicked and screamed, but what could I do when the doc said we're gonna circumcise you? Hey, looking back, I could have had a better day. I turned 5 and they sent me off to school, where I memorized prayers and I thought I was pretty cool. Till one day in the middle of the Our Father, I couldn't hold back a trickle of water. Uh-oh, please God, get me out of here, amen. You could say I've hit some bumps along the road, but why worry, cause that's just the way it goes. Now even my bad days are good, I wouldn't change a thing even if I could. Sure, every now and then life drags me down, but here I am still hanging round. Now there was that nun back in first grade who said, wipe that silly grin off your face. Hey, tell me why I should, if even my bad days are good. Went off to college and I got that business degree, cause I heard that the corporate world was the place to be. But I soon found out that it didn't fit in, and swore I'd never wear that tie again. So much for my future as a CEO. So I bought a guitar and I figured out how to play. Walked into a bar and I wound up on a stage, singing James Taylor, Croce, and Buffett, and all the drunks threw dollars in the bucket. And the boss said, we'll see you next Saturday night. Thank God that tie fit a little too tight, or I might not be singing here, singing on Facebook Live. Now even my bad days are good, I wouldn't change a thing even if I could. Sure, every now and then life drags me down, but here I am still hanging round. Now there was that nun back in first grade who said, wipe that silly grin off your face. Hey, tell me why I should, if even my bad days are good. I'll be that old guy on the stage who still got that silly grin on his face, like everybody should, cause even our bad days are good. Let me hear you out there. Even our bad days are good. Come on, Charlie's Watch Party. Even our bad days, Margarita Mermaids. Even our bad days are good. You on your couch. Even our bad days are good. Even our bad days. My first moment as a member of the human race. They spanked my butt and told me welcome to this place. Let's see what became of that tire incident.
Well, I don't like to drive that coastal road at night, but had no choice. Had to take it slow with that spare tire on. Unfortunately, my tire wasn't fixable, so found a guy beside the highway who was still here on a Sunday night. And even though he didn't have a tire for me, he went down the road to his buddy's house and took one off his car, same size as mine, and it's going to get me down the road back home to Wymus in time to do this show. Always an adventure.
All right, so I'm looking at my car right over there, and it's got 4 tires on it. They all got air in them. Life is good again, folks. All right, well, Pamela and George. Pam and George are watching us from down south of Mexico. They just came out of a hurricane, and even their bad days are good. Right, Pam and George? I'm going to send this one out for you guys because it's one of our first requests of the evening. I started the night off with a song written by Tom Shepard, co-written by Tom Shepard. Well, of course, he co-wrote this one with somebody I know, a guy named Mark Mulligan. And let's sing this one together. The old man drank a beer every now and then. One day we cracked a couple, just me and him. At 80 years old, all the stories he could tell ya about his far-flung friends from France to Venezuela. He said I swigged Fosters with Aussies, a Guinness in an Irish pub, a Shiner Bock and looking back, and buddy, sure enough, it's all the same beer, different can. Just different labels, different brands. But the more you sip, the more you understand. It's all the same beer, different can. There's Tom Shepard. Our pal Tom Shepard played a tour overseas, singing for all our folks stationed in the Middle East, at the ambassador's home right there in Riyadh. He sang a special song he'd written about his dad. And when the show was over, he was loading up his van. This guy walked up to Tom and stuck out his hand. He said, that song about your father really meant a lot to me, 'cause I just lost mine and you described him perfectly. Now that man had on a white robe, he wore sandals on his feet, he had a gutra on his head, and man, it ain't hard to see we're all the same beer, different can. Just different labels, different brands. But the more you sip, the more you understand. We're all the same beer, different can. Now the old man said, I believe God's gonna get a good laugh when we learn all of us Buds and Millers and Land Sharks and Coors and whatever you're drinking out there. And yeah, guys, even Pabst are all the same beer, different can. Just different labels, different brands. But the more you sip, the more you understand. We're all the same beer, different can. The more you sip, the more you understand. We're all the same beer, different can. Going out for Pam and George. I hope you guys are all recovered from that hurricane down there, and wishing you nice, clear blue skies from here on out. Hope you're having a good start to your summer down there, other than that nasty little hurricane that hit you. All right, well, let's continue our little journey on the coastal road.
I'm always amazed where an unmarked dirt road can lead you. I'm somewhere between Porto Lobos and Desemboque on Sonora's coastal highway. So I got off that highway, followed that dirt road, and this is where it led me.
that was kind of cool to find that little spot. Coming out of it, I did see a sign. It turned out it was a marked road. I didn't notice it even on the way in there. But you never know where those dirt roads are going to lead, and I've kind of learned a lesson in life. Every time I make a wrong turn, it turns out to be a right turn. Well, Sandy, this one's going out for you in Florida. Luis just let me know you requested this one. Can't wait to get down to Guatemala with your son and with Kim. We're going down with that Outreach for World Hope on a volunteer mission trip September 1st through 6th. And if you're out there, a couple of you guys like Dennis Swint have been down there with me before. Chris Roth and other folks watching this show. If you're interested, make sure you send me a note September 1st through 6th. And Sandy, thank you for hooking me up with Outreach for World Hope to even start that whole thing going. This is your request. Been getting a lot of requests for this song lately. It's kind of a fitting one for me today as I pull back into my driveway. Now there's a hammock. There's a woman. There's babies. And there's me. And there's a seagull sitting on a half-sunk fishing boat. There's a sail sliding across the sea. And it's good to be home again and hear the waves rushing in and listen to the sound of the wind telling me it's nice knowing you'll be here for a while. So kick your shoes off and smile. Ain't it good to be home again? Now there's moonlight, and there's laughter, and there's a song, a seaside lullaby, and there's a feeling like I don't need a rhyme or a reason. It's so pleasing to be back by your side. And it's good to be home again and hear those waves rolling in. Where in the world have I been? And it's funny how the seasons just disappear a little faster every year. But ain't it good to be home again? It's amazing how it suddenly seems so clear the reason we're all here. Ain't it good to be home again? Just for a moment, the world don't know where I am. No need to know demands. Ain't it good to be home again? Now there's a hammock. There's a woman. There's babies, and there's me. Well, that last beach I took you to was about as mellow as you can get. That's kind of what I was expecting as I went from that beach to the next one, just to the north of it. Well, that's not quite what I got. Let's pull into Desemboque, Sonora.
I'm about an hour south of Rocky Point in the tiny village of Desemboque, Sonora. Now, the last time I was here in Desemboque, I had this beach entirely to myself. And that's usually how it is on a weekday here in Desemboque. But on a Sunday in the summertime, different story. As you can see, this beach gets packed with folks coming in from the city of Caborca, about 45 minutes away. It's cars up and down this beach as far as I can see. Families all having a good time. When the sun goes down, this village will go back to being a sleepy little town, but for the moment, it's a happening spot here in Desemboque.
You never know what you're going to get. Huge difference here, obviously, on a Sunday than on a weekday. You know, in the States, it kind of seems, I don't know about Canada, but in the States, it's Saturday's the big day. Well, here, since a lot of people work on Saturdays, especially in some of those, you know, towns like Caborca or the agricultural towns nearby, a place like Desemboque, people are working a good part of the day Saturday, too. So Sunday's that family day, and boy, I'll tell you, that's when these beaches can really fill up with locals. But, you know, the cool thing is I'm not into crowds, obviously. A lot of you guys aren't either. But it is nice to see families able to get out there and do something. A lot of times it's families who don't even have a lot of money, but, you know, the beach is right there, and they can all go and bring their own food and bring some drinks and just have fun. So, hey, that's cool. All right, Cheryl, Hal, and Bill, you guys are watching us up in Canada. I hope you're having a good summer. Hope you guys are still dancing, even though it's not always to Mark Mulligan songs like it is down here over in my Palapa days. But this one goes out for you by request. First you step the waitress, then you slam the door. You backed into a Buick, and then you blew on down the road. I wonder what were you thinking as you took off down the block, screaming like a madman and flipping people off. Just about then I thought I'd seen it all, until I saw that big old sticker on the back of your car, and it said, Jesus loves me, and I did a double take. I can't speak for our Savior, but there's gotta be some mistake. Now this ain't from the gospel, no, you won't hear this at church. Yeah, Jesus loves you, the rest of us think you're a jerk. Maybe you just woke up on the wrong side of the bed. So you're having a bad day, huh? Well, get over it. Maybe your mama didn't love you, your gal dumped you, or the job's driving you insane. Go ahead, shout out to the Lord, but quit screaming his name in vain. There you go, cussing out the traffic cop. I bet God's looking down, begging you to please shut up. As you say, Jesus loves me. Hey, dude, I got some doubts. Take a good look at the good book. This ain't what it's all about. Now here's a revelation. Take it for what it's worth. Sure, Jesus loves you. The rest of us think you're a jerk. He said he came for sinners. Man, you're his kind of guy. But now I look into the mirror, and my God, I realize, who am I fooling, thinking I'm better than you? Yeah, Lord, forgive me, I know not what I do, 'cause just like you, I say, Jesus loves me, and I know that's true. Even when I don't get just what he sees in you. How can I point my finger like you're the big sinner when I just might be the worst? Hey, thank God, Jesus loves me, even when I'm a jerk. Now I hope we both make it to heaven. I just pray you get there first. Yeah, Jesus loves you. Jesus loves you. Hey, gang, let's just leave it at that. Going out for Bill and Cheryl watching us up in Canada. I forget where in Canada, but I think you're Alberta folks. Or BC. Anyway, hope everyone is having a good time. Hey, want to just take a quick second, let you know that I'm coming north. I'm going to start things off in Tucson on June 22nd at the 49er Country Club. And then, of course, Pine Top, Arizona. We had a big crowd up there last year. A lot of Mexico folks that met up there. June 25th, a daytime show out in the Pines. It's BYOB, and just really, really neat thing. I'll be joined by Rudy B for both those shows. Then Rudy and I are going to travel together doing some shows in Colorado, Parker, and Highland Ranch, which is the south end of Denver. We'll go from there over to Idaho, and I'll be playing in Boise with Brad and Leslie, who are watching the show. Hi, Brad and Leslie, and thanks for hosting. That'll be around July the 18th, I think it is, or 20th, somewhere in there. And then I'll go from there to McCall, Idaho. Never been there before. Here it's beautiful. On to a town I played for the first time last year. Brent Grenfels, thanks for hosting Rudy and I in Bend, Oregon. I believe that's going to be on July the 22nd. And we'll go from there up to Olympia. And then we'll join Gordy and Karen up in Shoreline, Washington on Sunday, July 24th. And then later in the fall, we've got other dates like Reno, Nevada with Maggie Murray. Hi, Maggie. And also Texas dates with Kelly McGuire. So lots of fun stuff coming up. You can get all the info for the upcoming tour dates at markmulligan.net. markmulligan.net. Love to see you when we're on the road. Hey, what was that said, Maggie Murray? All right. In just a few minutes, I'm going to take you to another town on the coast. Kind of a neat place that I think you'll enjoy. But I first want to say happy birthday to a person I just mentioned. My host in Reno, Nevada, just celebrated her birthday. In San Carlos, we love her. This woman is just one of the coolest gals you'll ever meet, Maggie Murray. Now, that woman, every time I see her, she's in the pool doing laps or she's just exercising. She stays in great shape, and she's just a really, really cool person. And I want to wish her a happy birthday from several days ago and sing her one of my favorite songs, Happy Birthday to You. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Maggie. Happy birthday to you. Maggie, can't wait to get back up there with Kelly and join you September the 10th at your place. Thanks for doing that. Hope you had a wonderful birthday. I'm going to play you one of your favorite songs right now, and when we come back from this song, I'm going to take you guys on another little journey with me on the coastal highway. But this is one of Maggie's favorites, and I sure enjoyed writing this song with Sonny Jim and recording it in Nashville with Wendy Newcomer for kind of a beautiful duet version of this. Corona sunsets, margarita moons, Spanish guitars serenade the sky with a tune, waves kissing the shore, and time for just one more Corona sunset and margarita moon. They say down here crazy things can happen. This past week we're living proof. A mixed up reservation, a casual hello, a couple drinks, and next thing we knew it was Corona sunsets and margarita moon. Suddenly, mañana's coming way too soon. Wish this night could somehow last instead of fading away so fast like Corona sunsets and margarita moon. Our footprints in the sand will soon be washed away as echoes of the night fade with the breeze. You'll be off to your world, and I'll be back in mine, looking back on distant memories. Waves kissing the shore, silhouettes of you and me, and Corona sunsets. Now your boarding pass is printed and your bags are packed. Just like that, reality's closing in. But this evening sky has got me thinking crazy thoughts. Perhaps this story doesn't end with this Corona sunset and margarita moon. Is it me, or are you kind of wondering too? Will these memories disappear, or lead us both back here to Corona sunsets and margarita moons? Will the salt air on the breeze again find you and me under Corona sunsets? I know I'll never forget Corona sunsets and margarita moon. Going out for Maggie Murray. Happy birthday, Maggie. All right, let's get back on that coastal highway and head to a spot known as Puerto Lobos.
Just north of the little town of Puerto Lobos on Sonora's coastal highway, between Puerto Libertad and Desemboque. Now, Puerto Lobos itself is a typical Mexican fishing village. It's very small, very ramshackle, no fancy hotels, no tourist attractions. But what makes it special is the beach. This is Playa Blanca on the north side of town. Nice and wide, beautiful white sand. You can usually have this beach all to yourself. Today I'm sharing it with a couple of families. But it's nothing like the scene up the coast in Desemboque, where on a Sunday afternoon in the summertime, there's cars everywhere on the beach, people everywhere. This is nice and quiet and peaceful. A little more my scene.
Weird, I know. Most people would be showing you videos of places like Acapulco and Mazatlan. But I do enjoy taking you guys to these little off-the-beaten-path places. There's some people in this crowd, even ones that I've never met before, that I kind of sense like to do out-of-the-ordinary things. Tom Copeland, I think maybe you're one of those guys. I know Sean Castle likes to get out there and see some weird, not weird, but different kind of spots. So I hope you guys enjoy these things. You want to take my phone and my camera along and make these little videos for you. All right. Got a request. Ed and Sue. This is a couple that I sure would like to hang out with a bit and hear the stories about life on Baja over in Los Barriles. They are probably back up in the Northwest right now, and if they are, I'd sure love to see them when I go up there to Oregon and Washington. Going out for them by request. It's a song written by my buddy Sonny Jim, and I got to record this song with Sonny Jim and steel pan player John Patty on the new CD. Love how it turned out. Hope you guys will like it too. See, I think you need to get off your couch, everybody, and dance this song. The sand is cool beneath my feet. Gone is the summer's daytime heat. I put the front on this beach and drift into eternity. A million diamonds light the night, a million candles shining bright. In inky blackness how they shine, as they will do throughout all time. Sky, sand, water, moon, don't let this night be over soon. I feel connected and in tune. Sky, sand, water, moon. Across the ocean ripples flow, pushed by the tides and the winds that blow. Into these little waves they roll, their journey's secret whispered low. The soft caress of night's embrace shines on the beach tonight and somewhere on your face. I take great comfort in this truth, that same moon watches over you. Sky, sand, water, moon. Don't let this night be over soon. I feel connected and in tune. Sky, sand, water, moon. Here we go, a little disco. Every little bit, every atom of my being begins to stir, and it starts into singing. Intoxicated, elated by this night's rich perfume. Every little bit gets me feeling, gets me thinking that each moment is ours, just for the taking, to treasure forever, shining like some gold in the bloom. Sky, sand, water, moon. Don't let this night be over soon. I feel connected and in tune. Sky, sand, water, moon. Hope you guys are liking these pictures of San Carlos tonight. What a spot. All right, let's do this. Every little bit, every atom of my being begins to stir, and it starts into singing. Intoxicated, elated by this night's rich perfume. Every little bit gets me feeling, gets me thinking that each moment is ours, just for the taking, to treasure forever, shining like some gold in the bloom. Sky, sand, water, moon. Don't let this night be over soon. I feel connected and in tune. Sky, sand, water, moon. One more time, everybody. Sky, sand, water, moon. Don't let this night be over soon. I feel connected and in tune. Sky, sand, water, moon. I feel connected and in tune. Sky, sand, water, moon. Man, that was a fun one to record with Sonny Jim and John Patty. That's off the latest CD, Lupitas Taco Stand. By the way, just so you guys know, I'm going to be heading north soon for those tour dates, and I can do some shipping. That's always a tricky issue for me, especially when Rudy is gone for 5 weeks. He's like my mailing agent these days. But if anybody wants to order the new CD tonight, you can do that on those links you see there, the PayPal link or the Venmo link. It's $15 for the CD, and we'll ship it for free. And that's either CD, or if you don't have a CD player, we can give you the USB flash drive of this. And it really is a fun album. You guys have heard a lot of the songs by now, but very, very Mexican flavor to it. This one was recorded in Mexico. And just a lot of fun instruments like trumpets and accordions and horns, and fun album, as you can probably guess from the album title. All right, so we have some more requests to get to. Luis is over there handling your request tonight. What do we got, Luis? Nope, I'm going to do that one for Tom right now. Tom, thank you for watching. I've been following you on Facebook, too, and it looks like your dog has been keeping herself busy. Was it a frog or something she was trying to get the other day? But anyway, Allie looks like she's kind of a fun dog to hang out with, and I hope one of these days I'll get a chance to meet her when I get up and sing a gig up your way. This song I just actually played in Rocky Point the other night. I dedicated this one to a friend I would always see in Rocky Point who never could quite make it home from Mexico on time. He was usually having too much fun and always ended up sticking around an extra day or two. And I hope he can hear me sing this one up in heaven, John Gorman. But Tom Copeland sent this one out for you, too. This one's off my Best of the Early Years album, Scenery Está Bien. Now, Tom, I never claimed that this song was a lyrical masterpiece. But hey, it always gets the crowd up and dancing. Here we go. No time for siesta, a Mexico fiesta. Oh, won't someone please help John off the floor? Pretty senoritas, drinking margaritas. Otra cerveza, por favor. There's always mañana. There's always mañana. I know I should be leaving, but there's always mañana for me to go home. Help me out, guys. Someone shouts arriba, a bottle of tequila. Another shot and John will be feeling all right. The telephone is ringing, but everybody's singing. Somewhere south of somewhere on a Saturday night. I know, shameless self-promotion. There's always mañana. There's always mañana. I know I should be leaving, but there's always mañana for me to go home. 'Cause there ain't no boat and there ain't no plane. You can't hop a bus and you can't board a train. Your credit card's maxed and your money's all gone. So have another drink and keep singing this song. There's always mañana. There's always mañana. I know I should be leaving, but there's always mañana. Help me out at home. There's always mañana. There's always mañana. I know I should be leaving, but there's always mañana for me to go home. For me to go home. For us to go home. Going out for Tom up in Coburg, Ontario. Tom, Eleanor, and Allie, thank you guys for tuning in as you've done for probably 99 Mondays in a row. I don't know about you, Tom and Eleanor, but I know your dog, Allie, is getting really, really sick of me. Anyway, Sharon and Elizabeth, nice to see you guys. A couple of friends just walked in the door. They slid in, made it for the last couple songs we're doing here. But, yeah. So, what do we got for requests? We still got one or two? Yes. I'll play her that one, yeah. Elsa's not around right now. I can give her my version of that song. I'll do that for Leslie, and then I think we had another request on there too. Yeah. Tell you what, let me do that one for Mike Miller, and then Leslie, we got your song. Don't let me forget Leslie's. But Mike has been waiting for this one. Salud, everybody, and salud to you guys. Let's see, the main reason I do a Facebook show from this house is when I have a studio audience here, they always bring me bottles of booze. I'm a very smart man. I may play guitar, but there's some brain cells here, folks. All right. Well, not many after all the booze they brought me. There's a few less now. Hey, the Millers, Mike and Jamie, might be watching us from Thornton, Colorado right now. I suspect they might be already up in Lake McConaughey. But this is a song that they can really relate to a lot. It's off my kind of gospel-flavored album that I did called Rising Sun, S-O-N. And yeah, I think you guys know the story behind this song. It's pretty self-explanatory. But I think the coolest thing about this song is every now and then I have friends catch themselves when they tell me about something that they dread doing, and they're saying, oh, man, I got to do this, I got to do that. And all of a sudden they'll stop and go, I mean, I get to do that. I know I catch myself too. I got to. Those 3 words I grumble just like you. Saying I got to. I sigh and dread those things I gotta do. I gotta get up every morning. I gotta fight rush hour traffic. Gotta do that 9 to 5 thing. Gotta pay my taxes. I don't want to, but I got to. Then it hits me just when I think I got it pretty bad. How many folks would gladly take those burdens off my back? That big list of I got to's that belongs to me and you, it's got a few things on it others wish they got to do. And a little voice says it's a choice. Help me out, guys. You can say I got to, or you can say I get to. I get to go to work and put in a good 8 hours. I get to cash a paycheck. I get to have a job instead of looking for work or getting laid off. Sounds kind of crazy, but it's true. You can say I got to, or you can say I get to. Now a dozen times you circled round that jam-packed parking lot, but half a mile away is where you found the closest empty spot. Here comes that old I got to about how far you gotta walk, as the car door slams behind you and you stomp off down the block. Now there you go, but don't you know, you can say I got to, or you can say I get to. I get to stretch my legs and get some exercise, 'cause I guarantee there's someone else out there who'd give anything to ditch that wheelchair. He'd gladly walk twice as far as you. So you can say I got to, or you can say I get to. I know it's just one letter out of 3, but take that O and change it to E. Instead of saying I got to, try saying I get to, and a lot of things might not seem all that bad. That traffic jam ain't backed up quite so far. When you say I'm blessed, I get to own a car, and those property taxes I gotta pay, because I get to go home to a house each day. You'll see things from a different point of view. Quit saying I got to, start saying I get to. Instead of I got to, I get to. No more I got to, I'm gonna say I get to. I do. Hey, Mike and Jamie, so do you. We get to. Thank you, Mike and Jamie, for the request on that one, and hope you guys are doing well. Hey, I'm going to send this one out for Leslie. And Leslie, appreciate the request on it. I know you were probably hoping Elsa would be around here, but she's apparently dumped me. She's nowhere to be found. My car's gone. All the furniture's gone. But anyway, I must have said something. If she left me the kids, how kind of her. Yeah, I'm just kidding. So tomorrow night for my San Carlos friends, it's going to be my last night of the season here. Kind of a crazy season because I'd usually have been singing at La Palapa Gallega. But that burned down, as we all know. So I filled in some really fun shows over at a place called Mercado. I'm going to be there tomorrow night at 6 o'clock on the patio. Anybody in San Carlos want to come by and have one last drink with me and catch one last song before they deport me here and I head north? Las horas más lindas las paso contigo, sí. No quiero ni pensar si un día me faltas tú. No quiero ni pensarlo, amor. Tu me acostumbraste a ser como un niño. No quiero ni pensar si un día me faltas tú. No quiero ni pensarlo, amor. Pídeme la luna, te la bajaré. Pídeme una estrella, hasta allá me iré. Más nunca me digas o te quiero más, porque esas palabras me hacen mucho mal. Pídeme la vida, te demostraré cuánto yo te quise y cuánto te amaré. Tú fuiste y has sido para mí el amor, el regalo más lindo que me ha dado Dios. Hey Leslie, are you singing along out there? She's bilingual, she can do this. Quisiera esta noche tenerte conmigo, amor. No quiero ni pensar si me faltas tú. No quiero ni pensarlo, amor. Tú me acostumbraste a ser como un niño. No quiero ni pensar si un día me faltas tú. No quiero ni pensarlo, amor. Pídeme la luna, te la bajaré. Pídeme una estrella, hasta allá me iré. Más nunca me digas yo te quiero más, porque esas palabras me hacen mucho mal. Pídeme la vida, te demostraré cuánto yo te quise y cuánto te amaré. Tú fuiste y has sido para mí el amor, el regalo más lindo que me ha dado Dios. La 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 la. All right, Leslie, thank you for tuning in. Luis, how are we on request? Are we good? You got it. Marcy and Paul. Yep, I'm going to see them one more time tomorrow night. Hey, before I do that, Sharon, can you bring your mom up here, Elizabeth? I want people to see, because, you know, we talk about miracles a lot on this show, and we talk a lot about Terry Chalice, right? Because you guys have seen her sing and stuff, but you may not know my dear friend here, Elizabeth, this hot little mama. Now, she has permission to rush the stage. When she comes and sees me in San Carlos, Elizabeth's tradition is to make me feel like a rock star. She rushes up on stage, shoves all the other women aside. Well, that's usually pretty easy to do, and gives me a hug. Elizabeth is just coming off an accident, and she won't mind me sharing this. And I'll tell you what, she was seriously injured. But this gal is one tough cookie, and she's bounced back. And Elizabeth, everyone's happy that you're back in action, and thank you for being with us here tonight. Give this woman from your couches a big round of applause, and if it were me, give her a standing ovation, because she's a cool gal.
2 months later, I fell in my kitchen and had a hematoma and had to have 2 brain surgeries 2 months after my car wreck. I rolled my car 5 times.
Yeah, that's right. It was a nasty roll. I saw the pictures, and honestly, it's a miracle that you survived this thing.
I had Sharon to take care of me.
Yeah.
Andrea.
Well, very cool. And Sharon, come here real quick. I want people to see. Come here a second. Come real fast. All right, hold on. You're not going to hide your face. Oh, wow. I didn't even know this. She brought a gift for Elsa. Sharon is a wonderful artist. In fact, one of our tables here, which we need to repair, it was made by her. She made us a beautiful cross one time. She's a wonderful artist here. She's done a lot of things for charity, including Castaway Kids and other charities in town. So this is beautiful. Can I take a look? Wow. This is really cool. I would love it if Pablo can zoom in on this thing. Maybe you could walk. Look at this, guys. Is that cool? Thank you for doing this. I didn't even know you were doing this. So, God bless you. Thank. That's us at the bar. Are you serious? This is going on our bar. I love it, folks. We have a new addition to the bar. Now, all of you guys who brought me bottles, that was pretty cool. But this is really cool. If I could only drink this. Okay. Well, thank you. Give Sharon a round of applause, too. That's really, really cool. Yeah, these two are drinking for me all the time, I guess. So very cool, Sharon. Thank you for all things you've done for me and all you've done for charity in this town, too. You've made a big, big difference. And, Elizabeth, we love you.
Yeah.
Now, quit having accidents.
I think that's the end of that.
Yeah, she's done with it.
How many lives can you have?
That's right. Well, you're putting that to the test, aren't you? Yeah. All right. You're giving your guardian angels a workout. Yeah. All right. Well, we have another request. And, Luis, what was it? Yeah, help yourself to anything up here you like. Mexican Jail. This is going to go out for Marcy and Paul. Anaíses de Lupitas. Pero pura cámaras. Marcy and Paul, I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow night. It'll be the last time I see you for the season. More dear friends from San Carlos, big supporters of the show. She's like my big sister, Marcy is. So going out for them. Through the bars on the window, I saw the light of the moon. I heard Mexican singers singing Mexican tunes. Dogs barked in Spanish, a strange serenade. I don't know the language or the sounds that they made. South of the border, they say look but don't touch, but they serve me tequila and they serve me too much. I thought she was pretty, que guapa, and her love was for sale. Uh-oh. I spent my vacation in a Mexican jail. Her padre was the sheriff, her uncle the judge, her brother the lawyer who carried a grudge. They chattered in Spanish, a deal was soon made, a first-class excursion to the local stockade. South of the border, they say look but don't touch, but they serve me tequila and they serve me too much. I thought she was pretty, que bonita, and her love was for sale. I spent my vacation in a Mexican jail. You guys ready to sing along? Let's do it. South of the border, they say look but don't touch, but they serve me tequila and they serve me too much. Oh no. I thought she was pretty and her love was for sale. I spent my vacation in a Mexican jail. I tried to persuade them, but my arguments failed. Now I'm bunking with Carlos in a Mexican jail. Here we go. Why, everybody? I ask myself why. Sing a Mexican song with no ay, ay, ay. You know the next line. Ay, 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 ay. 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 That's a Jim Morris classic, and we figured doing the album Lupitas Taco Stand, if I was ever going to record Mexican Jail, it had to be on that album right there. We did a very Mexican version of it. Want to thank my producer, Gaspior Madrigal. And Jim Morris, thank you for a great song, although you had no choice in the matter. I kind of stole that one. Anyway, Luis, are we good? You got it. This for Penny? All right, Penny, I'm going to send one out for you here. And I bet you that our friends Pam and George down south can really vouch for the truth in this next song. All right, good. Okay, Penny. Now, you've been looking at all these beautiful pictures that Elsa and I have taken, and a whole bunch that you guys have sent in of San Carlos. But there's something about all these tropical places that you ought to know. No sé si tienes He came here for cold beer, beaches, and blue skies. Then came the hurricane, bye-bye paradise. Now his roof's somewhere in Florida, his fridge floated out to sea. His pickup truck is stuck in muck, his boat's up in a tree. Old John was last seen out on the dock, screaming out to the weather gods, is that all you got? From the Florida Keys, down in Belize, the Bahamas to Mexico, we all want to be where the hurricanes blow, except when the hurricanes blow. Now Tom and PJ bought a boat and named that baby Kongtown. God knows that's how they felt before they ever left the dock. When Francis and then Gene blew the wind right out of their sails, torn and tattered, dazed and battered, thinking, man, let's bail. But last time I heard from Captain Tom, he was anchored somewhere beautiful, pouring PJ a shot of rum. No doubt they got conked out, but they kept that dream afloat. They just want to be where the hurricanes blow, except when the hurricanes blow. Whoa. Newsflash, the highway's packed. They've gotten out while they can. Now it's too late to evacuate, and it's about to hit the fan. So I'm stocked up on Captain Morgan, breaking out my snorkel and fins. House shaking, ass breaking, here we go again. I'm writing my will for the umpteenth time, and making one last toast from the coast, so lift those glasses high. Here's to John, PJ, and Tom, and all of you crazy folks who just want to be where the hurricanes blow. We all come because we love the sun, but there's one thing you gotta know. We all want to be where the hurricanes blow, except when the hurricanes blow. Except when the hurricanes blow. Except when the hurricanes blow. Whoa, whoa. Except when the hurricanes blow. Unfortunately, a very true story. All right. Well, Luis, I think we have another request over there, too. Oh, you got it. I'll play that one. Claudia watched us in Rocky Point. Hope you guys are having a fun time at the watch party there at Charlie's Third World Cantina in Rocky Point. And hi to all you guys over at Margarita Mermaids and all of you who have just tuned in. I know we had some folks joining us late today. Thanks for popping on to Mulligan's Island here. We got Pablo and Anais running our video, and we got Luis handling all the incoming comments today. And we don't have a studio audience with us today. We do have Elizabeth and Sharon, which, by the way, you guys, there's cups and ice there, and help yourselves to anything from here. And there's Coke in there, too, if you'd like that. Diet Coke. It's not that wild of a party. All right. So, Luis, what was the song? All right. So we'll slow down for this one here. Now, I took that coastal road, and that coastal road goes, it kind of starts a little bit north of San Carlos and goes all the way up to El Golfo, north of Rocky Point. And it takes you pretty close to this next town, but not through. It takes you about 28 kilometers away from the town I first came down here and visited back in the early 70s as a kid. And this was The first song I ever finished writing is my first complete song I ever did in 1985. Wow, I was just a little kid back then. I actually used to have brown hair, folks. Can you believe it? You saw it? Man, you must be old too. Sun shines so brightly on the water. Soon it gently slips away somewhere beyond the sea. And darkness falls over the town again. And the fishing boats come in from out on the water, thinking about how far I am from home. Sometimes I get to wondering whatever made me go. Then I look out at the ocean and I know reflections of the moonlight on the water. The waves are breaking on the shore, stars light up the sky. So many I just can't believe my eyes. I can't believe my eyes. Feeling like this world could do without me. Wishing I could sail away and leave it all behind. Sail away and leave it all behind. Going out for Claudia. Thank you, Claudia. All right, Luis, what do we got over there? Turk Sims watching us from Texas. Now, Turk usually lets me know what the rain status is. Usually it's pretty dry over there, Turk. I hope you guys are getting a little bit of moisture. So Turk would normally be asking me for a song called A Little Bit of Rain. But he's going to ask me for a song that takes me back to a place that Elizabeth is very familiar with, Kirkland Junction, Arizona. Used to live right in that area of Kirkland Junction. Yeah? Well, I don't meet many people who are familiar with Kirkland Junction, or certainly people who lived in that area. But it really, really is a pretty area. And this takes me back to those days, my very first gig. You guys know the story, so I won't bore you with it. But here we go. What a ride it's been ever since that first gig, singing for those cowboys who really didn't want me there. Yeah, I guess they're this barefoot guy with a Hawaiian shirt. They were probably looking at me like, who is this kid? Oh, wow. Hold on a second. Anais is going to hook us up with some old classic photos here. I'll be impressed if she can do this. Let me delay. All right, hold on. I walked into that bar in Kirkland Junction. There it is. The place was full of cowboys as I whipped out my guitar with a bar stool for a stage and $50 in pay. Just a few songs into my very first solo gig. You said, my name's Guy and I don't like your music. Uh-oh. Would you kindly take that guitar, drink your beer and hit the road? I said, Guy, I'll tell you what. Name any song you want. And if you stump me, I swear I'm out the door. Thank God I knew Guy's favorite tune that night. Probably saved my life. If not for rose-colored glasses, what would have happened? I might have gotten killed that night. But Guy just took his hat off and he stuck it on my head, slapped me on the back and said, I like this kid. And as I look back now, I just say, wow, what a ride. All right, guys, now we're going to head up the road to a place called Rocky Point, to a cantina 60 miles south of the border. Used to be a prison, then a brothel, then a bar. Well, my first career mistake was playing their spring break and wondering, where's my chicken wire? Some punk crawled up on stage and grabbed the microphone so he could scream the F word to all his wasted friends. Well, I kicked his butt off stage and he flew into a rage, and a billiard ball came flying at my head. Oh! Had I not been sober, I might not have moved over and I'd be dead. An 8-ball to the head. But it just grazed my ear and I spilled my beer and that was it. Yeah, but not for him. His buddies blew him off and he couldn't afford the bail. Bet he won't talk about that week he spent in jail, 'cause what happens in Mexico, we know how that goes. Oh my, let's not go there. Now the years have come and gone and I've been successful at avoiding any type of what they call a real job. And the more that I turn gray, the more I love to play. So thank you guys for putting up with my songs. From that very first tune in that cowboy saloon, I never knew where the road would lead. From sleeping in cars on beaches and bars, I've seen a lot of miles between. From Kirkland Junction to the Texas coast, Southern Cal to Florida, then down to Mexico, I seen buses and trains and boats and planes on this ride, this amazing ride. So hand me a guitar, toss me a mic, and I'll keep on singing until the day I die. And with my last breath, I'll say no regrets. What a ride. Right, Turk Sims? What a ride. Been quite a ride. Ain't life a ride? Thanks for the ride. I mean that, guys. Thank you very much for the ride. Thank you for keeping this Monday night ride going as long as you guys have. Started out as this pandemic thing, but it's kind of neat. A whole bunch of people said, hey, keep making this noise, because we like getting together with our friends on Mondays. And I love watching how many of you guys, even if you've never met in person, have become friends through this show, commenting with each other. I read all those comments after the show because I can't see them on screen. But it's really exciting also when I go to shows and I see people and go, oh, that's so-and-so. You banter with them all the time, and when people meet in person, they've already got so much in common. It's a neat little family we've got here on Monday nights, and I appreciate you letting me and my family be a part of it. Luis, do we have any other requests, or are we good? No, I'll play that one. I'll do that. Maybe I'll close with that one. What's that? Okay, and that's it, right? Hold on. George Gadsby's got one? Okay. Yeah. So let me do those 2 songs right now. ¿Tienes bodas? Okay. No sé si tienes la que es más actual o es la de... Okay. Okay, muy bien. All right. So Pablo and Anais and I talked because the last time I saw the video that we did on this one, there were a whole bunch of people that watched the show during the pandemic that aren't necessarily with us now. And then we have a whole bunch of newer people who have joined since the pandemic. So we'll have a few different faces in this video here than we had last time you saw it. But if you would like to be in this song and you want to send us your wedding picture with your name, put your wedding date on it, we'd love to include you and show you to people when we play this song right here. It's what I call a butt squeezer. Mike and Jamie Miller like this one a lot too. And George and Margaret are watching us from San Carlos tonight. George, thanks for the request. And I know that right now Mike and Jamie are dancing. They do it every time I play this song. Wait, no, both of us. Granddad fell in love with my grandma back in 25. He knew right then she was the one. Now there they are in black and white. And as I wipe the dust off of that frame, I know that they're together once again. I would have loved to live back when the world didn't spin so fast. Things were different way back then. Yeah, love was made to last. It was more than just some store-bought ring. Those vows they made meant everything. I want to love you like that, or I don't want to love you at all. Someday I want to look back at a picture hanging up on a wall and remember how it all began. When I took your hand and said, I want to love you, I want to love you like that. One day we stood up before God and everyone we knew. I gave my word, you gave your heart, and we softly said, I do, with a promise to live faithfully for not a day less than eternity. So here we are now, me and you, raising 4 kids of our own. We've done the best that we can do to turn this house into a home. And our kids will meet someone someday. And when they look at us, I hope that they will say, I want to love you like that, or I don't want to love you at all. Someday I want to look back at a picture hanging up on a wall and remember how it all began. When I took your hand and said, I want to love you, I want to love you like that, or I don't want to love you at all. Someday I want to look back at a picture hanging up on a wall and remember how it all began. When I took your hand and said, I want to love you, I want to love you like that. I want to love you like that. I want to love you like that. You guys are looking good in those shots. Love is in the air. Wow. Hey, don't forget, if you didn't see yourself in there and you want to get in there, make sure you send, even if you used to be in there, make sure you send me a picture, a wedding picture, And Pablo Anais and I will get you in there. Send us names, date, and we'll add you to that, okay? I may have to make that a really, really long song like American Pie with all of you guys. But anyway, hey, so I think we're going to do one more song. Also want to let you guys know that the dates for next year's Island Fest have been announced. It's already almost sold out on rooms, just so you know. May 17th to 22nd, Isla Mujeres. May 17th to 22nd. If you want to get the information on that, contact Sam from Songwriters Island Radio. That's songwritersisland.com. And he'll hook you up May 17th to 22nd. Then, of course, for the first time ever, we Tres Amigos are going to Cayman. We're going to Grand Cayman, June 20th through 24th. And that's going to be a really, really fun one, kind of a bucket list trip. In the meantime, of course, this summer, I'm going to be seeing some of you guys in Tucson, in Pine Top on June 25th. I'll be singing in Colorado, Idaho, Washington, Oregon. And then in September, I'll be seeing you in Texas and in Reno, Nevada. And also in September, I'll be getting down with my family to Guatemala, along with a couple of you guys and anybody else watching who would like to join us on a volunteer mission trip, getting our hands dirty. But I'm happy to fill you in on exactly what that project is and if you'd like to help out. September 1st through 6th down in Guatemala. That'll be Elsa and Jose and Marisol and me and a group of probably 30 people heading down that way. Okay, so lots of fun stuff coming up. I'm going to close out with this song right here. And it's another one off the Lupitas Taco Stand album. You can use that link right there that you see, the PayPal or the Venmo one. Just specify that it's for the CD or for the USB flash drive so that we know that, it's not a tip, that it's an order. And we'll get it out to you just as quickly as we can. And I sure hope you're enjoying the songs from the new album. This is one of them right here. And my friends in Mexico can definitely relate to this one right here. You've been sitting there since daybreak, staring at the clock. Jose told you mañana, now he still ain't showed up. I've heard that word a million times, and I used to get mad too. Every time they said mañana, I believed that it was true. That was before I ever knew. Mañana doesn't mean tomorrow. Down here, it means not today. Go ahead and pull your hair out, get mad and shake your fists. But all those lame excuses come down to this. Mañana doesn't mean tomorrow. Down here, it means not today. Right, Phil and Cheryl? That's right. Last night, Jose had too much fun. It was nearly midnight when he said, take me home. I gotta work mañana. I can't take off that gringo. Till I said, bartender, pour this man Mas Don Julio. Jose just grinned, cause we all know mañana doesn't mean tomorrow. No matter what Rosetta Stone may say. Sure, it drives you loco, but that's how it is. So before you go all postal, remember this. Mañana doesn't mean tomorrow. Down here, it means not today. Now I'm a songwriter, telling tales is what I do. And this one's got potential. She'll make a real good tune. If I grab a pen and paper, kill the TV and the phone, work all day, all night, mañana she'll be done. Wait a second, is that Jose? And oh no, did I just hear him say, mañana doesn't mean tomorrow. I should have said, no way, Jose. Now we're back on these old bar stools. So much for that big hit. Was on a crumpled up piece of paper. All I wrote was this. Mañana doesn't mean tomorrow. Down here it means, help me out. Mañana doesn't mean tomorrow. Sorry guys, it means not today. blame it on the culture. It's never gonna change, so you may as well stop frowning and just sing mañana. Doesn't mean tomorrow. Down here, it means not today. Not today. Oh yeah, the bus was late. Your car wouldn't start. Your dog died. Oh, that's okay. I'll be waiting again mañana. I'll see you mañana. And I'll see you guys again next Monday night. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thank you to Pablo Nanais for running the audio and visual. My kid Luis over there. And every single one of you for helping to keep this show going with your tips and with viewing us every week. God bless you guys. We'll see you again next Monday night.
Let's make our way down to Mexico, where we can meet the friends we know. White sand, warm sun, and H2O. It's time for us to get back to laid back. Try a different beer from our favorite six-pack. This crazy world says, come on, let's go. It's time for the music man, a coastal kid with guitar in hand. Even bad days are good here on the island. Giving us a place where we can talk to each other fan to fan. Uncharted courses crossing our paths. It's our kind of people and our kind of place. Down in the tropics, it's a Mexican hideaway. The life in this old beach town turns a frown upside down. We all be smiling here on Mulligan's Island. It's the right place and the right time to be south of the border again. This is the day we get to listen in. We don't sing no blues anymore. We kick off our shoes at our front door, full of wide-eyed wonder as the waves roll in. It's time for the music man, a coastal kid with guitar in hand. Even bad days are good here on the island. Giving us a place where we can talk to each other fan to fan. Uncharted courses crossing our paths. It's our kind of people and our kind of place. Down in the tropics, a Mexican hideaway. Life in this old beach town turns a frown upside down. We all be smiling here on Mulligan's Island. We all be smiling here on Mulligan.